What kind of fucking bullshit is like?
Dude, he does this every week.
The bad news is that civilization is crumbling around you.
Wear a dog mask, cut your dick off, bomb Palestine.
The good news is that you are not alone.
There's butthole shaving videos.
Feel bad for the minorities in LA for having to deal with the white people in LA.
You have 5 till midnight, live every Monday at 8 p.m. where you join 5 Limp Bizkit Americans to laugh at the absurd nonsense of the end of history.
Shit show right there.
Sam, stop it!
All right, everybody, welcome back to your favorite Monday night show, 5 till midnight. There should be lots of new listeners here because last Monday we had Ashton Forbes on. That was a pretty cool show. He had a lot of information to share, and I know everybody was pretty stoked to see that. And like I said, we went for quite a while, but that was pretty cool. So I don't know where Sam's at right now. I saw him running around with a shovel a few seconds ago. So
he's burying his heterosexuality and just officially.
Yeah, that's gay, man. You know, I'm maybe like the worst show co-host in the world because I didn't look at the title, but when I read it when our intro was running, like that's actually pretty funny. So yeah, Posh, Brit, angry, the colonists have freedom of speech. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. I agree. Yeah, that debate. Did you watch it at all? Did you watch any snippets of it?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, me too. It was annoying.
Well, Adam, are you like qualified to comment because you never
That's
been
true.
to Joe Rogan? You weren't in the room with Dave.
I've never been to Joe Rogan podcast, so I can't qualify. That was the dumbest fucking argument of all time.
Like, and the worst part is he stated like it was something incredibly profound. Like, you've never been there. Like,
right? Yeah.
No, like I'm allowed to have an opinion on it. My money is being sent there to go kill, innocent civilians. So yeah, I'm gonna have an opinion on it. A friend of mine, Jens Metallum, I think that's his ad on Twitter. He said, if you don't want us ignorant folk to have an opinion on something, stop using my tax dollars to fund it. I was like, yeah that's fair enough. Like if I think all of us on this panel aren't like these, Palestinian flag waving kind of people. We all probably agree, like, yeah, it's pretty fucked up what the Israelis are doing to them. But like, if it wasn't on our tax dollars, it'd be like, sucks, but
yeah,
I don't have much of an opinion,
Right? Yeah, it's like being like, oh, you can't study Roman culture because you weren't there during the Roman times. It's like, what the fuck does that mean, dude? It's such a crazy fucking take to have. But yeah, like, and it is interesting because like you look on Twitter and social media and stuff like that, and you can just see the split down the middle of like every Zionist shill is just like Douglas Murray did such an outstanding job, and everybody with the brain and who isn't fucking dipshit was like, yeah, Dave dog walked him. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, well, and you know what, Dave even made this point too, where he was like, it wasn't even necessarily that I like dog walked him. He was just like, he came in there and just shit all over himself. Like the first 40 minutes. He spent crying about something that neither of them has said by somebody that he's never listened to. It was literally like listening to a woke leftist cry about stuff. And I've been making this point a lot lately where whenever I see any right-wing Zionist crying about how Jews are being treated anywhere, I always make a point to say the woke isn't getting put away because these people sound they sound identical to woke people. When, Jews are being harmed on college campuses, they don't feel safe. Their feelings are hurt. We need safe spaces for Jews. And yeah, I agree. Everybody on college should feel fine and stuff like that. But like, I don't have endless tears to shed for the way that people feel. Like I really don't care that much. And that's the way that all these people sound. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Well, like we said last week or 2 weeks when Basil was on, right? We were talking about like James Lindsay.
Yeah,
he's like woke right. I'm like, you're the woke right.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not us. Like
everybody that uses the term woke right is woke right.
Right.
Like, and I don't use that term, but the people who like go out of their way to use it all the time, they're usually the first ones crying about. It's always their little special group. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Grimm, funny comment. Murray is a literal cocksucking homosexual. Listen to. Yeah, the thing too is like, first of all, I just don't respect Europeans' opinions on anything, especially when it comes to American affairs. So the fact, like Kyle, you said, well, it's like, well, it's our tax dollars going there, so I'm gonna have a fucking opinion on it. Like, I don't want to support this fucking country who's actively trying to destroy Western culture in my culture, which is American culture, and you're like I saw that clip with him and Ben Shapiro where he was like, if what was it? If 10 million Jews were to get killed or 10 million Christians, you'd rather 10 million Christians get killed because if 10 million Jews got killed, it's like the end of Western civilization. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
I always get so frustrated because everybody wants to tell the regular, the upholders of Western civilization, which largely is blue collar guys and European white dudes, what we have to do, how we have to feel, and who actually is saving Western civilization. I was talking to Tommy and Typo last night about this on my show, and I remember driving home on Christmas Eve one day and looking up, and there was a dude welding on the side of a building Christmas Eve at like fucking 8 p.m. at night, and just in like moment, it's just like flick for him. Like that is how fucking civilization runs. A dude on Christmas Eve making sure that everybody's fucking Christmas lights come on the next day in fucking like 20, 30 degrees, 8 p.m. Could be at home with his family, but he's making sure that everything works. That's how fucking civilization runs. And we sit there and snub our nose at these people, or not we, but the Douglas Murray types and the guys who call everybody else woke right, even though they're woke right. You have to be okay with sending all this money to Israel because, they're saving Western civilization. Like they're way the fuck over there. I don't give a fuck about them. How about we save Western civilization here?
Right.
I'm not worried about them.
Yeah, could you imagine like some poshy, like douchey gay Brit going to the guys that built the skyscrapers and being like, you guys are what's wrong with our culture because they call each other fag and like hate the Jews. Like they're like, bro, get the fuck back to your country. Like I don't know what else do you want from me? Like I don't. Like,
you want to be swaying from this high beam? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm 200 stories up, fucking welding steel beams that are gonna get fucking hit by an airplane and exploded by fucking debt charges in 2001. But like fuck off. Like I don't understand why we anytime I hear that accent, whether it's the posh, like upper British, like higher echelon society, higher educated society, fucking Brit, it's like, oh, I fucking hate you. Or the uneducated side of it of like, oh, well, like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. You're not from the United States. We don't want our money there. We don't want our money to continue to go there. And I could give, to be quite honest, I could give two fucks less about Palestine or Israel. Like, I just want to have nothing to do with either one.
Right. There's a great meme where it's like, do you support Palestine or Israel? I'm like, I hope they both blow each other. I don't give a fuck. Like, what are you talking about? I don't care.
I was never a fan of Milo. I just want to say that. Like, Milo had the accent where it's like, oh, I fucking hate you. You sound like you talk from positions of authority that you do not have over me. Go back to your fucking country. It's
the most annoying shit in the world. Like, anytime Europeans are like, the problem with American... dude, we fought 2 wars to not have to listen to your opinion about my country. Like, I don't.
We have skyscrapers and guns. You guys are talking about banning knives. All right, shut the fuck up.
You're in jail for a social media post, but tell me what's wrong with my country, please.
Yeah. Tell me all about how we're supposed to save our country.
Well, I think I was watching. I don't watch Michael Malice as much anymore. Jew, so so I don't watch him as much anymore. But I saw he did like a reaction, and he had some good points on his where he was like, I don't even know why Douglas Murray is arguing this point or like that point. And it was specifically like, oh, you have to go and why you haven't even gone there. How can you talk about it? You're not an expert and you won't even go to the region or something like that. But then in like the same, he's like, well, then, yeah, you've gone there, but you're getting it wrong too. And he was just arguing poorly. And that's where you see like the whole media side of this thing is like, Douglas Murray should have gone in there. He was the right's like, popular right, not alt-right completely, obviously, because he's for the woke shit and argues like woke shit. But he was like the right's like media boy, I guess, and went there and should have mopped the floor with Dave Smith, but then didn't. And I'm not even saying like Dave Smith like destroyed him. I thought there was parts that Dave Smith could have done a lot better on where he was like, this is just dumb and just use something that Murray had already said earlier in the show to be like, you just said this 25 minutes ago. But regardless, like he should have mopped the floor with them, didn't. And they were like, well, we got to double down still. So I respect the hustle. Like they still were just like, we're gonna say he won as much as possible. But I feel like it was pretty obvious that there wasn't anything like legitimately said. Like he could have made points on why it's not a open air fucking prison, and but he didn't. He was just like, you've never even been there. You've never even been there.
Yeah, he's
and like
talking
I
about
said,
it like it's a vacation spot. Like he's
Yeah.
like Dave was given a wreck. I'm like, you should have Aruba. You ever go to Aruba? Like, nah. That's how he was making it out to be. Where it's like, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. But
And
Gaza's
not
not
only
a
that,
vacation spot.
like, do you think just like average people, and granted, Dave isn't an average person, but like, do we just, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna go see Gaza now? Like,
Right.
most
Yeah,
people
dude.
don't have that. He has a family, and then on top of that, when you know the kind of death and destruction that the Israelis are
Right.
inflicting upon the Palestinians, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell my wife and kids, hey, I'm gonna go over to Gaza real quick just to check it out.
Because
I'll
I
be
talk
back.
about it on my podcast.
Yeah.
So because I talk about it on my podcast, and some fucking gay posh Brit told me that I should really go and check things out.
Yeah.
Because or else I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I'm allowed to have an opinion, but I can't call myself an expert, even though I don't. And like it just none of the arguments made any sense to me. Like I was just like, what is going on here?
Let me go to an active war zone where I could get wiped out by the IDF if I fucking stepped the wrong way to prove your point. It's the dumbest fucking shit in the world. And also all these, like, again, conservative shills on fucking Twitter and social media talking about like, oh yeah, it's the Qataris that's coming back again. I saw that a few posts today.
Qataris
Qatari
is
stuff.
hilarious.
I saw one post about the dancing Israelis from 9/11, and they're like, "Where's the video?" I'm gonna say this very clearly. I saw the video years ago with my own eyes. Don't fucking tell me it doesn't exist because they wiped it from the fucking internet. I saw it. I saw the video. A lot of
You can
us
still
saw the
find
video.
it sometimes.
So
Probably, yeah.
I had actually looked into how much Qatar donates to the US. In last year, they spent $7 million alone, right? Just Qatar did. APAC spent, 170 million on Trump's campaign alone, just Trump's campaign. And then not to mention all the other races, all the other lobbying they do. We're just talking about like, Miriam Adelson and then some APAC money. Like they spend hundreds of millions of dollars. And like, yes, we all agree there should be no foreign money lobbying on behalf of their own country in our country. But I'm sorry, if you're seriously saying, but what about Qatar to Israel when Israel spends literally hundreds of times more than Qatar? I'm sorry, you are literally retarded. You are a fucking retard. You're a Zionist piece of shit. That's exactly what you are. It is so dumb that people even bring that up as like a thing. And that's what Douglas Murray did. Oh, what about Qatar? What about Qatar?
Right.
$7 million in a year. 1 year. APAC spent, once again, hundreds of times that. The entire fucking podcast is just him bitching about stupid shit. Like I said, the whole first 40 minutes was, oh, well, what about this Anderson Cooper, Darryl Cooper?
Right.
Darryl Cooper.
You didn't even know the dude's
Well, it's
name.
like you didn't listen to him, but you can have an opinion on him. Like that's it's
Right.
the same.
Yeah, that was a good point. I think Rogan
45
said that,
minutes
right?
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy, but let me tell you all about him.
Right. Let me tell you about
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
work that podcast. And Rogan was like, he doesn't do that. And he's like, well,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he does. Like, yeah, you just did though. You just kept saying what he does, but you never listened to a podcast. Yeah, that was very fucking annoying. Also the fact that he just kept arguing with Darryl Cooper, even though Darryl Cooper wasn't there, was annoying.
Yeah.
Like he's debating a guy that's not even there to debate back to him, and he's like, Dave, answer why Darryl Cooper said this. He's like, I don't fucking know why he said that. Then he went for like Jake Shields too, and Dave's like, I don't know why Jake would say that. Like, I'm not Jake.
Yeah.
I feel like he missed. Like there was an opportunity there. I think for Douglas Murray to come in and be like, look, I think that you are platforming people that are extremely this viewpoint, and I think you've been platforming them at a higher rate than you've been platforming the other side of the viewpoint. And I think you're doing an injustice to the conversation. You could have made that argument, but then it was just like expert this, expert that. And then the best part was when Dave was like, yeah, but the experts have been wrong. Like that's
Right.
the whole that's the whole point. And I think that's kind of the point of Rogan at this point is like, it's not that, yeah, he probably has been more skewed to this side of things, against Ukraine and against Israel, at least with the people that he's brought on. But in the same instance, it's like, because every other major news outlet that is force-fed into the American population, whether it's daily news, like on TV or on the radio, is the opposing viewpoint. So there's one place, and don't get me wrong, it's bigger than all of them put together, but it's also like independent and not a part of the American conglomerate corporate system. So it's like, yeah, I think it's okay that he's having the other viewpoint on. Like, I don't think it's that fucking crazy. What does this guy say? If you don't think American Zionists are Douglas Murray's biggest sponsors, then you're willfully ignorant. I think American Zionists are his biggest sponsors. Like, I don't think that's an argument.
Talking to Kyle before, I was like, look at the social media posts backing Murray. They're all Zionist, conservative, grifting shills. Every single one.
One thing I wanted to kind of, I did have, the post didn't go like viral, but I think it's probably like 170,000 views. And it was that stupid no soup for Knowles bitch. But she had said that like, oh, I like watching Joe squirm because in like the first 5 minutes, he said, Douglas Murray says, do you feel like you've had enough pro-Israel people on? And I kind of get his point because he was like, did you have enough people come on to defend Israel's position? As in like they were on for that explicit reason. I guess I can give him credence in that respect, but it's like, okay, he's had Godsod, Ben Shapiro,
right,
Mike Baker, countless
Exactly.
military intelligence assets, not like, maybe just like confirmed military assets on. And you think they're against Israel? No, they're not. So you're telling me he hasn't had enough pro-Israel people on? It's like never enough for these stupid fucking Zionist grifters. It always has to be more and more and more. They have to be more pro-Israel. Well, guess what? I'm glad to see that this is the overwhelming response is that no, sorry, we don't want to participate in being the world fucking empire and the world's fucking bank anymore. People are sick of it. I bring it up all the time. I don't want to hear shit about immigration. I don't want to hear shit about foreign aid until all the people I know that want to have kids and families can afford to have those kids and families, leave their wives at home, save, do whatever they want to do comfortably. Then we could talk about immigration and foreign aid. Until then, I don't want to hear a fucking word of it.
Yeah, agreed.
No, I mean, I think that's kind of where I think we all are. And I think a lot of people that either follow this show, follow our shows independently, follow like whatever we talk about on Twitter, all this, like, I think that's kind of where we are. And I think we've seen that response as well, where people are like, look, I don't necessarily agree with it. There's plenty of people in our circle that run in our circles that are like, the Palestinians aren't our friends. And it's like, they definitely aren't. Like, I don't want to fucking throw a sailboat over there and be like, we'll take them. That's not on the cards for like that I'll ever say. It's not like
I also like it's a legitimate extreme humanitarian crisis. Like, I do care that it's happening, even if our tax dollars weren't paying for it.
I don't want to see babies get blown up. I don't think we're saying that, but also,
no, I know you're not. I'm not
like we don't want to fund any of it.
Like,
I am. Fuck them. They had it coming.
Like, if a country wants to invade another country, whatever. But if you want to invade a country and also like bomb Doctors Without Borders at the same time, then that's another thing.
Well, did you guys see the video where
Sam, did you go and see that happen with your own fucking eyes? Because if not, shut.
I don't want to hear an opinion.
By the way, Douglas Murray went to Israel and Gaza embedded with the IDF forces, which might actually make him less qualified to talk on it. Yeah. Not a completely biased view.
Did you know the NYPD has a fucking Israeli department, or like they have department heads in Israel?
Oh, they have them all over the world. I can tell you that for first-hand knowledge.
But it's fucking crazy.
Is trained by them, right?
Yeah, they're trained by the IDF.
Partly.
No, there's
Not
a whole
like all of
department
them,
that is.
But like
they have like what I know from my time in the NYPD was that we have like partner systems with like other countries. So like England, Germany, Italy, I think is Israel's one, but like we have a bunch, and like they do like joint training and shit. But it's not like we're trained by the IDF.
Have you seen it, Adam? Because if not, shut the fuck up.
That's such a good like fucking ballbuster line to use for anything now.
I know, because literally I was just saying, like, I'm pretty sure the NYPD is trained, could have used it right back at me. Like, you can just
Rex
use it on every argument. You can use it on every argument. It's just dumb. It's like, I don't need to be like, I don't need all this firsthand experience. Like, I need to be there in person to have a valid opinion on this subject. Like, it's just such a it's what Dave was saying. It's a non-argument. Yeah. It's a non-argument.
Hey, the video, by the way. The video on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, hop over to YouTube and subscribe to 5 till midnight every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, U.S. American time.
For everyone who doesn't subscribe, we're killing a kitten live on stream.
Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not Italian like you.
But Rex was right. This comment: the NYPD has their own intelligence service. Yeah, they do. They do. Oh. It's pretty nuts. They have everything, like you could think of that a federal government would have. They have. It's pretty bananas. Like they're pretty. NYPD was very much like they didn't want anybody fucking with them. Like they didn't really want to work with the feds. Like they have like the NYPD have all their own units for everything, like aviation, harbor, diving, like SWAT team, like ESU, like everything we had, and like they would just be like, yeah, we don't want to work with you. We're good. We got our own fucking thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think this is the core difference between the United States and Brits right here.
Yeah. And he's posh, like Douglas Murray. That's part of it. This is very classist. Like every place has a class system to a certain extent, but hey, Adam's Narc Award.
My shield.
It's pretty cool, actually. It's so crazy to think that you were an NYPD cop. It's insane based on knowing you. But
I mean, he's pretty gay. Makes sense.
But Douglas Murray, like, he went to the best private schools. They don't call them private schools in England, but he went to the best private schools. And then he went to Oxford. Like it's basically like our elites who would go to Yale or Harvard, and then they went to private schools as they were growing up. Like he's one of them, but it's worse because England's class system is more pronounced than ours. And he's just
Sam's over here like, I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school.
Went to what?
Oh, this guy never saw 8 Mile.
American. I can talk about what I like to. I'm a free
American. I can talk about what I want.
So I don't
love it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And the thing was, it's like he's like, yeah, you can talk about what you want to. You just can't be an expert on it. And he's like, I'm not saying I am an expert.
Hey, right. Typo's not here. We're supposed to have 5. Hence the name of this fucking podcast, 5 till midnight.
Unfit Statesman might come on next week instead. I was going to say, I'll send you a DM right now, Matt, if you want to join, or you can come on another week if you want to. But you can join right now, and then you can come back a different time.
Yeah, Typo bailed last second. He's like, I got things to do.
Yeah, his fucking girlfriend came back into town.
But
whatever. He had to pick her up. And they needed to eat. Who
Tell
needs
her
to eat?
Fucking drive herself.
5 till midnight is on.
2025. Get in the kitchen and make Typo a sandwich, Typo's girlfriend.
I'm on a motorcycle at the moment. Hell yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, join. Hands free of the motorcycle.
If you were cool, you would.
He's
just
on
do
his
it
motorcycle? What do you mean you're on your motorcycle? Stop using YouTube comments on your motorcycle. That's insane.
No, let him do it. That's awesome.
What?
He's bucking the system.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
you
guys
guys
who's the narc now? Who's the narc now, Sam?
I'm not narking. I'm telling him to be safe.
That's gay. He's a man. Let him do what he
That's
wants.
gay, dude. That's super gay.
Super gay to care for another man's well-being. It's so gay.
It's not your job, Sam. Are you a fucking woman?
Yeah, he is. He acts like it.
No, we established this like episode 30 of this podcast. I am double trans. I am a double transformer. I went to be a woman, and then I did not detransition. I transitioned again back into a man. So that's double trans, and so I get the most points.
Okay, points for what?
Double
That's points.
oppression points. Oppression points.
Did you guys see Bill Maher talk about Trump?
Yeah, that was interesting. It was he was like, he's not everything that I thought he was.
It's a 13. First of all, it's a 13-minute clip. I don't know if we'll get pulled though. If we probably will get pulled if we play it. That's the problem.
I don't think so.
Why wouldn't we?
I think Sam actually has a serious podcast.
It's a YouTube video. We definitely would get pulled for sharing another YouTube video.
That's
Well, you can find it on
always
X.
true.
Just
It's
find it on
usually
X.
true for sports and shit.
Someone find it on X.
X.
Someone
All
find
right,
it on
I'll
X
look
for
for
me.
it real
You
quick.
find it on X. I'm not your keeper. Look,
You're the producer of the show. You're right. My bad.
will produce this dick.
That's also gay. Just keep being gay and produce the fucking show. Fucking troon.
I just want the part where he talks specifically about Trump.
Yeah, that's I know. It was like I don't know how long it was. Oh, fuck, I saw it on TikTok.
All right, here. I found it. I found it.
Share it, baby boy.
Yeah, I will. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Share. Present. Share screen. Do not show these tips again. Fucking hell. It's like 20 questions every time. All right, you guys see it?
Yep.
We were walking through it is an amazing tour of the whole house. And I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but it must have been something with the 2020 election because I know he used the word lost. And I distinctly remember saying, wow, I never thought I'd hear you say that. He didn't get mad. He's much more self-aware than he lets on in public. Look, I get it. It doesn't matter who he is at a private dinner with a comedian. It matters who he is on the world stage. I'm just taking as a positive that this person exists because everything I've ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy. Bob, Kid Rock, told me the night before, he said, otherwise you're going to have to cut him off. He'll just go on. Not at all. I've had so many conversations with prominent people who are connected. People who don't look you in the eye. People who don't really listen because they just want to get to their next thing. People whose response to things you say just doesn't track like, what? None of that with him. And he mostly steered the conversation to, what do you think about this? I know, your mind is blown. So's mine.
That's all I
You just know the amount of fucking shitlibs that had to lose their mind in that audience after that conversation.
Oh yeah.
Where he was like, but you're supposed to say he was dumb and bad and all. It's like, dude, he's funny. Like, he is funny. Like, genuinely funny. Like, it's like Shane Gillis said, like, a few years ago, he's like, he would bury a lot of comics in a room. Like, you know, like, in being how funny he is. Like, so yeah, of course, everyone plays a character on TV too, which like always never gets brought up, but like everyone's like a different version of himself in a public eye. Like right, if I go on stage, I'm doing comedy, like I'm playing up a character. I'm not really that guy on stage. Same shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and we talk about how this is all political theater.
I actually want to like iron my shirt because it's wrinkly during a podcast.
That was funny. People were losing their minds at you, being like, "How could he be so disrespectful?" And like the four of us were like,
"It's our show. What do you mean?" Like, I know it was being streamed on Ashton's channel, but like, it's our show.
Oh nope, he's writing again.
Yeah,
that's so loud.
We're gonna keep you muted, Matt, but you're here.
Yeah.
And they act like this isn't political theater. Like all these people are exactly how they. There's one person that I believe he's the same in the camera light and as he is like without the camera, and that's Massey.
Yeah, probably.
He's fucking doing skits, and it's just because I've seen videos of him as a fucking gangly teenager, and he acts the same way. But it's just like most of these people are pretending.
Yeah, agreed.
What's up?
It's a fucking
dude?
bit. What's up? He's muted again.
No, I'm back on. What's up, guys? I can barely hear anything you guys say.
Wonder why?
Yeah,
it's almost like you're on a Harley.
Yeah, I quit working in my headphones. So, anyway, thanks for having me on, dude. I'll come on next week.
Yeah, come on
next week for sure.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
come on proper.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm going up here to see my brother right now to get some workout of him. I might be home here in a little bit. I don't know how long you guys stay on.
He's like
Usually about an hour, so like
around there,
30
yeah.
minutes. 30 more
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm not gonna make it.
No, come on next week, dude, for sure.
All right, boys. I'll be listening. Thanks for having me on. See ya.
All right,
Yeah,
later.
later, dude.
Stupid podcast we have.
I know. That's why people taking you seriously. I guess there's a lot of new viewers who never saw us before, but they were legitimately mad at you. It was so fucking funny.
And all that did was make me want to do it more. If anyone didn't know, if anyone didn't watch last week, like I changed my shirt during the podcast and I started ironing it on my body while this guy was talking, and it was like Ashton Forbes. It was like a serious conversation.
I mean, genuinely though, if you guys didn't watch last week, go watch it. It's fucking pretty fascinating shit. Like it was a super interesting fucking episode about the technology that we have that we don't tell people of, and a kidnapping of a plane. It was pretty wild. So.
Yeah, the whole scenario between, I don't know, Douglas Murray, the response, it's the same shit that we've seen at least in a small sample size since COVID, where it's like, you guys don't believe the experts, how dare you? And it's a lot of finger wagging and a lot of like, I don't know, you peasants aren't listening to us and we're correct because we're not peasants. And it's gotten old. The shtick is dumb. It's worn out. And I think a lot of people are just like, go fuck yourself.
I had a conversation today with somebody at the gym, and we're talking about dinosaur bones. And I was like, like all dinosaur fossils are like pretty much made, like legitimately constructed from nothing. Like they just put them together. It's not even like a conspiracy. Like museums say that, right? Yeah. They have like one bone and they just fabricate the rest of it. And I'm like, we don't really know what they look like or they did, or if they even really like. It's also kind of weird that they found out of all human civilization and all of digging throughout history, the first dinosaur bone is found in the 1800s in America. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of it's suspicious, but like the museum thing is true. That's like this undoubted fact, right? Like museums will say like, we fabricated this. We really know what they look like. And she was like, well, you're not an expert. Like you're not like a paleontologist. I was like, yeah, but I'm also not retarded. So like if the museums are telling you to your face that dinosaur bones or fossils are mainly constructed to believe what we think they look like, and I'm sitting here being like, maybe they're not all that they say they are, and you're like, well, you're not an expert. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't matter.
We had
a bachelor's degree is designed to allow you to read like scientific papers. Like that's all you need. It's all you need is a bachelor's degree, and you don't really need a bachelor's degree. That's just what it does. But when people pretend that you need a PhD, which is a highly specialized research in one specific subtopic, to be able to like have an opinion on a field, they don't even understand what a PhD is. It's so stupid.
Yeah. And I mean, we had Dexter De La Paz on our show. He's part of the Timeline Earth guys. And we had him come on and talk about, he's like a big conspiracy guy, or the Scarlet Thread Society, like that used to be his old show. And he does deep dives into all this shit. But he came on our show and talked about dinosaurs. And by the end of the show, I was like, holy shit, now I have shit to look up. And then I started looking up shit that he talked about. And I was like, God damn, dinosaurs aren't fucking real anymore. Like,
yeah, it is a weird.
None of this.
It's a weird thing to look at because like we've just been conditioned to be like dinosaurs existed, but when you like really start to like, especially like all these paleontologists, like when they were arguing over like, because everyone would be like the next big finder of a dinosaur, so they would lie and make shit up.
Guys like pushing it. Two main guys that were pushing it that were both convicted of fraudulent dinosaur bones.
Yeah, one guy's like, I'm gonna make up an Allosaurus, and the other guy's like, I'm gonna make up an Allegosaurus. And it's like they're just making like this is like true. This is like zero conspiracy.
Dude, it's literally like Mormonism, but with dinosaurs. Like it's crazy, dude. It was like,
it's fucking wild.
Two major dinosaur guys are legitimate fraudsters, like
you guys are killing
fraudsters.
Sorry, buddy. They're cool,
for Luke, but like it's on Biting the Bullet. I can't remember what episode it is right now, but it's on Biting the Bullet. If you type in Biting the Bullet, Dexter De La Paz, Timeline Earth, or something like that, you should find it on like Spotify or.
Yeah, this is a good point by JC too. Like oil, there's no way that's like deceit.
Dude,
like that's naturally
though. They don't even claim that.
They don't anymore. They used to. I was taught that in school.
Yeah,
that
100%.
That the reason why what fossil fuels are, they correlated it to fossils like dead plants and animals from prehistoric.
I always thought the error was on idiot teachers, though, like high school teachers, not.
I mean,
on
maybe, but like
no, but you might be right. I don't know.
An entire generation was taught it, and we're supposed to be on a uniform curriculum system. So
right. I think oil is just a naturally producing thing in the earth.
Also, it's somewhat renewable. It's more renewable than people think.
Absolutely.
Apparently,
absolutely.
It's crazy.
I'm just saying, dinosaurs are tricky as fuck.
But did you see it? Because if you didn't, if you didn't drill into the fucking earth and go down there and look at the oil and swim in it, Sam, you're fucking wrong.
Were you in the Jurassic period? Then you can't talk about dinosaurs.
I don't know if I can ever go to believing that dinosaurs aren't real because on top of my wedding cake, my wife and I did have a dinosaur with like a tie and one with like a headdress thingy.
God,
well, I can tell you those two dinosaurs weren't real.
No. You could go ahead and make fun of me for it. I'm just saying I'm not backing down from my love.
Then the dragon argument gets brought up a lot too, because like the theory is like, how did all these different cultures that never talk to each other all have dragons and they all look alike? You know, like China, England, so on and so forth. Even Africa has a few, I think. So it becomes a thing of like, well, how are they?
Even Africa.
I think they have like a story of dragons.
But what do you mean, even Africa?
Because that's not like a well-known dragon place, dipshit. It's usually Asia and Europe.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. So like,
what about North? What about where you're from, Adam? North Africa. What do they have one?
We have the Sphinx, baby.
The
whole thing is weird.
My internet persona does not allow me to not believe in dinosaurs. Yeah, you're kind of fucked there, dude.
But
I just think the whole story about dragons is they believe that if there was such a thing as like some flying like reptilian creature, that their bones were so brittle that we'll never find fossils of them because they were hollow. They had to be hollow. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But pterodactyls aren't real. Pterodactyls aren't real. Dinosaurs aren't real.
How could something that big fly? They say Bumblebee shouldn't be able to fly, by the way.
Not even a pterodactyl, by the way. It could be like the Quetzal, whatever, that big.
Yeah, the Quetzalcoatl.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
I mean, is it possible that like maybe the pterodactyls were a lot smaller than
argue with
thought?
Well, they're saying they found the bones for this shit. Right, which is my whole point. That goes into like, how the fuck do you know what it looks like? There's nothing to go off of, at all. But so like, they're making shit up. They're like, and also they found like different bones from different animals and they put them together as one thing because they thought it was one animal because they died next to each other. So they said, it's like the whole fucking thing is just very interesting. Is all I'm saying. I don't know enough about it to say for sure, but I'm just saying it's interesting. We start to like look into it a little bit. Like, all right. Especially now, right? All the scientists are like, well, dinosaurs were birds before birds. Some of them had feathers.
And they want me to they tell me that they're fucking related to chickens. Go fuck yourself, dude. Chickens are fucking assholes.
They are.
But they're not fucking dinosaurs. I don't care how distantly related they are or not.
That's true, Milmark. Sam is technically dumber than orangutan. We did the IQ test on the show, and orangutan has higher IQ.
Orangutans aren't monkey, dumbass.
No, they're apes, but they're still smarter than you.
Not a monkey.
I gotta look up the average IQ of a monkey and see what it is.
There's a bunch of types
80
of monkeys.
Yeah, see, Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Yeah,
No,
they were huge. They were too big.
I just forgot the name.
You guys heard that before? Like scientists don't know how like bumblebees fly. Because like the body is.
I've actually never heard that. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, we barely know how. Oh, dude, what the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, I think Rex is right though. I know what he's leading at. Like, it's not really a reincarnated dire wolf. Like, because they had to use a shit ton of gray wolf DNA, right? So it's like a hybrid gray wolf. That's all it really is. And they genetically made it look white. Like they did that. Yeah, they're frauds. They're not like real dire wolves.
Can we do that to people?
For sure.
Well,
it's
like
legal everywhere.
Make them white.
If they made the dire wolf, then like wouldn't they have to make a whole bunch of them in order to have like a consistent breed of them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they made 2, so
made
I think
3.
it's like, did they
3.
make 3? So I think, well, fucking Adam and Eve, bro. You just fucking keep inbreeding, I guess, and they'll be fine, right?
And their kids,
unless they
bang each other.
were births of different wolves, like different gray wolves birth them.
I think that's generally what they think is going to happen. Is like they're disseminating the semen. I guess I don't know. I know they want to make fucking mammoths. They want to make mammoths because apparently they'll pack down the permafrost up north and create global cooling, which I don't know. I still don't understand. I still don't get it, but whatever.
Fucking Jordan, Jesus Christ. Can we make a fraudulent program where we tell people we were making clones of their dead children, but really we just kidnap Slavic children from the East? Or would it be ethical?
I think we already do that. Already do that.
It's called porn. Yeah, woolly mammoths would be fucking just kind of cool. By the way, I think woolly mammoths have like 98% of the same DNA as Indian elephants, which is what they would use as like a surrogate.
We have like 98 with like an orangutan. That doesn't really.
Yeah, we know they're smarter than you, but like that's my whole point with dire wolves. They're not really a dire wolf. They're a gray wolf with some fucked DNA to make.
Let me ask Rock, bro.
You know what the like one of the scariest things is that's on the planet? The fucking shoebill stork. Those things are like 4 feet tall.
Yeah,
dude.
They make
they're very like friendly though. Like they're not like aggressive at all. Yeah, yeah. They're just like they have that fucking dead-eyed look though. That's the thing with birds, or a lot of birds. They have that dead-eyed, soul-staring look. They don't have any soul behind their eyes. Like some birds do, but they don't. And they sound horrifying. They click their beak. Sounds like a fucking Gatling gun going off.
Yeah, there's nuts, and they usually. I remember seeing a video of one, and they had the camera like underneath it, so it looked enormous. But then I googled it, and they're like 4 feet tall, which is still big for a fucking bird.
They're big for.
They're not. Yeah.
Some eagles could pick up like fucking small wolves, like the harpy eagle. That's a fucking big boy.
Oh
yeah, that's huge.
Jesus Christ.
We used to get hunted by eagles.
This thumbnail. Holy
in Texas, but when I was in Iraq in 06, we had a mission that took us to Babylon. They were destroying the facade on the gate at the other end that wasn't restored. My lips to God's ears. What does that mean? I'm dumb. Like, what does that explain that more? Because it sounds interesting. I just don't know what the fuck. There was a brontosaurus on the gate, 2 long-necked lizards. Are you fucking with us? Are you serious? I can't tell. This is a bit.
No, I know that guy. He's. I mean, I can't confirm that story, but I can confirm he was there.
Yeah, look at that thumbnail.
Holy fuck, dude.
Jesus.
That looks fake. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, maybe it is.
That looks fake as fuck.
Yeah, the more I look at it, the more it does look a little fake.
Yeah, it looks fake, but they are creepy. That looks very fake. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a creepy fucking bird, dude. Serious. So wait, hold on. I gotta dig into this Babylon story. What do you like? No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Story brought it up. He said, when I was in Iraq in 06, we had a mission that took us to Babylon. They were destroying the facade on the gate at the other end wasn't restored. There was a brontosaurus on the gate, 2 long-necked lizards. What does that mean? Like, what? We were destroying the gate? Like the U.S. military was? Like, what is the significance of that gate? Like, I don't know anything about this. This is very interesting to me. I want to know.
I want to know.
I want to know right now.
It sounded like the fucking people were destroying the gate, not the military, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. What did you get? Iraqi forces.
Forces.
Why were they destroying the gate?
They didn't want us to know.
Shit? When you were in the military, you guys are fucking wasting your time.
I got drunk in Japan, dude.
We were in during like the weird peacetime.
Yeah.
Kind of peacetime stories like that.
I know.
It's Sam's working on.
I can just tell you about jumping off the. You know, we have this thing called the helo dunker, and it's supposed to simulate helicopter crashes into water, and you have to get out with like all your shit. And what we did instead was get drunk at the bar on base, shit-faced hammered, jump the fence to the helo dunker, climb up the helo dunker, and jump into the pool, hammered as fuck at like 3 a.m. on base. We never got caught, and we did it like pretty often. It was pretty crazy.
Dude, what
never
would they
got
have
caught.
done to you? That's crazy.
Oh, we would have definitely gotten NJP'd. We would have definitely got NJP'd for that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Probably got busted down in rank. We did it like almost every weekend.
That's fucking crazy.
I was under the sea for GWAT.
Well, I want to know more about that the Babylon thing. Honestly, it's fucking super interesting.
That's a rabbit hole on the internet.
Yeah,
Babylon?
That's what it sounds like.
Babylon in relation to the Iraq
Brontosaurus.
War.
Yeah, isn't that all? Why? What's the rabbit hole?
Like,
No,
there's
I'm
a bunch
saying
of
that
stuff about the
sounds like
Iraq War being related to like Babylon in some way.
Hold on. Saddam was trying to restore the Gate of Nations before we came in. A lot of Islamic forces hate anything pre-Islamic. I don't think they were doing it because they wanted to get rid of it. Oh.
It's like an idol thing. It's like an IDOL.
They kept calling it dragons. See?
The Ishtar Gate in Babylon, Iraq, and possibly mixing up Brontosaurus with the gate's iconic animal reliefs like bulls and dragons, not dinosaurs. There's no record of a Brontosaurus gate or I was looking up direwolf, so it brought direwolf to this conversation. The Ishtar Gate, built around 569 BC by King Nebuchadnezzar II, was a grand entrance to Babylon adorned with glazed blue bricks, not fucking glazed, bro, and reliefs of bulls, lions, and Mushu mythical dragons, not brontosauruses. By 2008, the ancient city of Babylon, located in modern-day Hilla, Iraq, had faced significant damage. After the 2003 U.S.-led invasion, U.S. and Polish forces used Babylon as a military base, Camp Alpha, causing harm to archaeological sites, including the Ishtar Gate replica built by Saddam Hussein in the 1980s. Heavy vehicles crushed 2,600-year-old pavements, and a helipad's vibrations damaged structures. A 2009 UNESCO report noted major damage to the gate and nearby processional way from these activities. Regarding the Iraqi forces in 2008, they were not directly involved in damaging Babylon, but were part of the broader security operations during Iraq. That year, the military announced $10.8 billion in U.S. arms purchases to bolster capabilities, including armor, blah, 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 blah. It seemed like the Iraqi forces were trying to, like, I don't know, save it. They were rebuilding it, or they redid it in the 80s. That's pretty crazy, though. I didn't know all that. But I have heard the story that Sam was kind of talking about, where there's like, kind of like, you know, in World War II, Hitler was like going around trying to find shit that was related to, like,
they made a bunch of movies about it. Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think it was kind of the same, like what Saddam was saying.
Eddie has a question here. I know what he's talking about. Yo, Scholar, what do you make of the Clinton email about the tomb of Gilgamesh? Was he a Nephilim? You guys know what that is?
No.
I'm aware of this, but I have no opinion on it.
So there was apparently like a leaked email from the Clinton emails.
Did you fucking see it?
I don't even know if the email's real, but I've seen
it.
Was they there? But apparently she was asking somebody like, what about the tomb of Gilgamesh? Like, did we get it or something like that? Like she was severely interested in like what's up with that.
I seem like I'm way more into conspiracy stuff than I actually am.
But
well, you're fucking lame, dude.
No, I have no opinion.
I am. I am. The claim about Hillary Clinton's email referencing the tomb of Gilgamesh stems from widely circulated conspiracy theory, but is based on a misunderstanding of a Freedom of Information Act request. In 2018, a person named Denitra D. Senegar, whoa, I gotta be careful, submitted a FOIA request to the U.S. State Department asking for documents related to the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh, the location of his body, and the location of the buried Nephilim. This appears in the State Department's FOIA log on page 470, case number F2019-00379. Some online sources like Post on X and fringe websites misinterpreted this evidence that Clinton herself was inquiring about Gilgamesh's tomb or Nephilim, tying it to the sensational claims about ancient giants or supernatural plots. I believe in giants. You guys should go check out Next to the Dex De La Paz that I was talking about earlier on Twitter. He has a whole fucking show that he's done on Giants, and it made me believe in Giants. However, the FOIA request is not from Clinton, nor does it indicate she received or sent these emails about this topic. It was simply a public request to State Department, which anyone can submit, and there's no evidence it yielded any documents as the request was marked closed on December 13, 2018. Searchers of Clinton's publicly released emails on WikiLeaks or the State Department's virtual reading room show no results for Gilgamesh or Nephilim. The confusion likely arises because the request was logged during a time when Clinton's emails were under scrutiny, but it's unrelated to her directly.
So there was still a government email talking about Gilgamesh and Nephilim.
Yeah,
regardless, then
No,
it's not like clearing it up.
What the hell? I don't care if
I think
it's involved.
I think it was just somebody submitted a FOIA request, which any of us could do. Like, we could submit a FOIA request. Somebody submitted a FOIA request to the State Department asking about the tomb of Gilgamesh and Nephilim, and nothing we seen has stated that they had anything about that. Basically, is what it's saying.
Dude, the FOIA shit makes me fuck. It's like, because how do you know they just be like, no, we don't have it?
They do
They're
that.
gonna be honest. Like, it's so fucking dumb, dude.
They do that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
of course they do that.
Especially when they can label something national security related.
Yeah, that's silly as fuck. But I do believe in all that shit, like the Nephilim and giants and shit. It's there's I mean, how many times you've heard? Yeah, shout out Top and Dave.
So, Eddie asked, are there remains for any of the heroes of old, Achilles, Genghis Khan, etc., all Nephilim? I'm crazy and retarded. Achilles was cremated, according to all the legends. He was cremated. Genghis Khan had a crazy fucking burial.
Everyone
where
died
nobody knows
with him,
where
right?
he is, and they killed everybody that went to it.
How did that work though? Because then the guys who killed the guys who buried him would know where he is, and it was
I kind of see it like
oh
yeah, I kind of see it like they came back from the location and then were murdered.
Okay,
yeah,
that sucks.
and nobody's ever found it. Nobody's ever found it. It was so
it's probably in Mongolia somewhere, no, or China. I would assume
it's probably Mongolia.
Right?
Yeah, it's probably in Mongolia.
Well, today it might be in China. It might be Inner Mongolia. Mongolia used to be bigger. There's a province of China called Inner Mongolia. Yeah.
What's the biggest country that starts with an M, Sam, by land size?
Probably Mongolia, but don't tell
Wrong.
me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
You're wrong.
Move on, and I'll think.
Okay. We have no body for Alexander the Great either. That's true. Yeah.
That's because he was a little tiny twink, right, Adam?
Yeah, he was. But I wasn't there, so I don't know. I can't comment on it.
That's just the argument now. Like, and it's just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Look at Sam thinking so hard, like he's gonna get it before a fucking ape does. An ape, no.
An orangutan would have got this already, Sam. It's not Mongolia.
Equator.
It's what?
Madagascar.
No, that's small as fuck, you idiot.
No, it's not.
Yes,
what
it is. Compared to Mongolia? Yeah, it is. Mexico, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, that was my next guess.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was going to be something else like Malaysia or something stupid. Shut up.
But Mexico doesn't start with the letter M. It's called the United States of Mexico. That's not their country name.
Wait, no, you're full of shit.
No, I'm not.
Really?
They call it the United States of Mexico. We call it Mexico.
It's the world calls it Mexico. Shut up.
It's the United Mexican States.
It's
that
Mexico.
Starts with a U.
It's
Oh, no, actually,
he's backing out. Kyle, don't give into this. He's backing out.
Yeah, but that still doesn't make Madagascar the right answer, by the way.
No, it definitely does not. I would have rather had orangutans in inner cities over their hominid brothers.
Dude, this guy that said cope is 100% correct. It is cope. That was me coping.
Yeah, 100%.
Sam was staring out there like shrooms finally hit. Dude, he was
What a fucking loser.
That was wild.
I'm gonna start bringing trivia questions every week now. Just throwing them out there randomly on the podcast for Sam to answer.
We can really test his IQ, dude.
Holy shit! And we gotta get a live feed of orangutan and ask him the same questions and just have him go at it back and forth.
He just starts writing on like a notepad and is, like gets the right answer before.
We have like pictures for him and just points to the right answer and gets fruit. And Sam's like, well, it's not fair. He has pictures. He's arguing with the
I'm sure you
orangutan.
can find that on Fiverr now. Dude, have you also, before we start wrapping up, have you guys seen the in China, they're like, we actually make all your like really good, nice, like higher end clothing and designer stuff. You guys can just buy straight from us because I make it in my home. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, it's like collapsing like fucking Cartier and fucking Nike and like different shit like that, like designer clothing and products because
make it in
like,
America, bitch. You won't have that problem.
Well, no, it's collapsing the corporations in America because the people in
right, because they're not
like,
making it in America. Is my point.
No, just fucking wait. They're making it personally, so they're just selling it like on websites instead of selling it through
because they have the material,
like Dior. Yeah, because they have all the material and everything. So they're just like, I'll make it and you can get it for much cheaper. And I'm actually like supposed to do oh yeah, fuck me. I haven't seen this, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, have you been to China, Luke?
No. A million monkeys. Dude, that's what we all are. That's what we all are. Jesus. Not wrong. Not
go
wrong.
to the YouTube, everybody. I can't say all the comments. Actually, I don't want to get pulled.
we already get shadow banned by YouTube enough. I can't say that.
We were on the podcast as we talk about fucking secret government technology. I don't think
yeah, there's a chink in that armor, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like that's what is that still allowed or is that racist too?
I don't know. Who cares? Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Dude, one of the best jokes, or not the best jokes, one of the most told jokes when I was going to school, like elementary school, is like, how do Asian kids name their kids? And they throw a box of silverware down the stairs.
Yeah.
Said it all the time. Everybody used to say it. Literally everybody used to say that.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys never heard that. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Sam went to an upper Middle Eastern white school. Middle Eastern.
We've been
talking about the Middle East so much.
Holy crap. Upper middle class. I'll help you out. Oh,
upper northeastern. That's what I was trying to say, but I was just fucking.
I'm from Connecticut. I'm not from
Connecticut.
Northeast.
Yeah, Connecticut's the most hated because it's the most hated state.
Upper class northeastern
state in New England.
Yes, it is. It's a nothing state. Nothing's there.
It's a highway between Boston and New York.
Thank you.
That's important.
Thank you. It's a nothing state. It's a highway between two better cities. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Really good school system.
They have UConn,
except
I guess.
for Sam.
Yeah, best basketball school in the country.
Well, no, actually, Florida is. So
no. I'm not talking immediately right now. I'm talking over time.
He's like LA or the Yankees.
The women's team
right now.
No,
we're good right now.
Both of them. The women are more dominant. The women are definitely.
Yeah, the women are some of the most dominant.
They just won again.
Yeah,
dude, it was so satisfying watching them beat South Carolina, to be honest, because I hate that coach.
Yeah, we got that one chick right now.
Bukers.
Yeah, Bukers is incredible.
Yeah, she's going to go to the NBA.
Connecticut is like our Connecticut's only professional sports team is a women's basketball team. It's a WNBA team.
Yeah. They don't have a lacrosse
What's their name
team or anything?
Oh, we might have lacrosse. I don't know for lacrosse.
What's their name?
It's the Mohegan Sun or the Connecticut
casino.
Sun.
I performed there a few times at the casino.
They're at the Mohegan Sun. That's where they are in my home county, actually.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
That's what they play.
Yeah.
I literally have done the show there, show and a few times there. I've never realized there was a professional fucking sports team in that casino.
Yeah. They play lacrosse there too. There's a lacrosse team that's there too. But those are our only two teams. So I guess we actually do have also a professional lacrosse team in the same place. But yeah, they're either, it might be Connecticut Sun. Yeah, it's Connecticut Sun. But it's at the Mohegan Sun. They're named after the Mohegan. They're named after the casino.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Your state sucks.
It's not the best. No, I'm moving to Pennsylvania, just so we're clear.
Oh, we don't want you here either.
No.
Dude, screw you guys.
Kyle and I have preference. We get to determine who comes here.
My great grandfather died fighting in. Actually, that's not true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
that's right.
He was from Pennsylvania, but he was in the New York Cavalry. But the guy that died was in the Connecticut Heavy Artillery.
Are you moving to Scranton?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's right by me, kind of. I mean, it's closer to me than Kyle.
Dude, so what?
I don't want you that close to me.
Oh, you're not going to come here. You can't drive. You're Italian.
That's a new one. The Italians can't drive. Mario Andretti.
Asian, dude.
Boom.
Hey, Tony, where's the pasta? Where's the pasta on this car? I don't know how to turn it. Nonsense. Absolutely
Makes sense.
No
Doesn't make
sense.
sense. Doesn't make sense.
It's fucking hilarious.
Where's the
All right, boys.
gabagool on this car?
Are you
Where's the
moving
gabagool?
because of The Office?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been to all those places. Like, I've been to Poor Richard's Pub. It's just like in a bowling alley. It kind of sucks.
That sounds like it's great, to be honest. I want bars to
No,
stop.
it's fine. No, it's
seen-
fine. It's fine bar. Yeah.
I have seen Comet Pizza or whatever the hell it was called, where allegedly all the conspiracy for Pizzagate like all went down.
Not really allegedly, though. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've driven past there and like it's so funny reading the reviews. If you ever get the chance to do it, do it.
Take it back, Sam.
Take it back, Eddie. Where you're going to be closer to
back.
Kyle,
I don't
probably
even know what I said.
than us. I'm assuming if you're moved to the middle of PA, it's probably closer to Kyle.
Yeah, it would depend on exactly
Yeah.
where. Because I'm like 45 minutes, about an hour away from Ohio.
I just
But yeah.
assume when these people say middle of PA, they mean like the west side of PA. I don't really think the middle.
Yeah, middle would be like Harrisburg. That's kind
Right,
of what I
yeah.
think when I think middle. And that's about
Yeah, it's
3.5
hours from me. So yeah. that
Okay,
makes
so
sense.
yeah, then I'm
Yeah.
just a little tiny bit closer.
I need everyone to understand that the Northeast has the best pizza in the country, just in general. We got New England style pizza, New Haven, New York style pizza in North Jersey. Scranton is so close to there. Scranton has like their own style of pizza, and also all of it sucks. All of the pizza in Scranton sucks. It is insanely bad. It's worse than like North Carolina pizza, which is fine. North Carolina pizza is fine. It's insane how close they are to New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, and their pizza sucks.
Sam, have you heard of Altoona pizza?
What?
Have you heard of the Altoona pizza?
No.
Okay, so they only do this in Altoona, which is a dirt poor shithole in Pennsylvania. They put like Kraft singles like cheddar cheese over their pizza.
Exactly.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. And they love it there. It's like love there.
Terrible pizza. It's insane.
No,
the
all right,
only
so
pizza place that's decent is Alfredo's from The Office, which is crazy.
I got two things. Stash, I got a reply. He said, that's fine. Keep your pizza. The Seattle dog is the best hot dog. I deny that fact. You have to try a Sonoran dog in Phoenix, Arizona. They're bomb. It's so good. Best hot dogs. It's one of the best hot dogs. Phoenix has awesome food because all you fucks retire in Phoenix after you get too old and your bones hurt from goddamn cold. So then we just have like whoever owned whatever pizza parlor that you guys used to go to all the time. They move down here and they're like, oh, I want some New York style pizza, or I want some Chicago style pizza, or I want fucking whatever New England style pizza is.
They definitely don't
they
have
move down
that
here
in Florida.
I bet you they do. I bet you they do have it. Not in Florida, in
great.
Phoenix. They have every type of pizza down here. It's fucking awesome.
How about the Chicago dogs?
New England style pizza is
Chicago dogs are great. We have a lot of
outside
Chicago.
New
We have a lot of Chicago hot dog restaurants down here too, and we got some Chicago dudes that have little stands that go up and down the sidewalks outside of our sporting events, and at the same time that compete with them, the little Mexican dudes that go up and down and sell you elote or Sonoran dogs. It's fucking awesome. Phoenix is great for food.
Yo, Rex, facts. He's right. I don't know why he's right, but he's right. It is the water. I'm convinced.
Yeah, the
No, they
nuclear
did it.
wastewater that you guys have.
No,
That's why you guys are all fucking retarded.
No, wrong. We don't get it from there, stupid. It's the Hudson. We don't get it from the fucking river. We get it from upstate New York.
You guys do have a New England style pizza place.
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
George's Kitchen.
We have every style down here, dude.
New England style pizza is also called Greek style. Greek style is generally what it's called.
Oh, so it's fucking.
Never
good.
heard of it called Greek. So it
You've
fucks
never
with
heard
gas?
it called Greek style?
No,
It's
just like New Haven style.
No,
Is it
that's
like
different.
pita?
That's different. New Haven style is New Haven style. New England style pizza was developed by Greek immigrants in New England.
So it's like pita bread.
That I might not have
With
had that.
pizza
I've had New
topping.
Haven because I went to school there. But
Is it
like,
just
you're not gonna
flatbread
find-
pizza?
It's not flatbread. No. It's here, I'll pull it up. It looks like this. It's thicker crust and it's more ingredients.
did you ever have Detroit style pizza? Anybody?
I love Detroit style.
What is it?
pizza.
Detroit.
Oh
style.
yeah, Detroit. Yeah.
This is what I'm
That
talking
looks
about.
terrible, Sam. I'm not gonna lie.
That looks horrible.
That looks terrible.
This does look bad. The sausage looks bad.
Way to convince us.
This is the style I'm talking about. This is in Arizona, by the way. This is not. I'll pull up a place here.
Pull up a better picture. How about that?
Okay.
That looks like
Yeah, I'm
dog
sure-
shit. I wouldn't even give my dog that. That looks,
That looks
terrible.
like Peter Piper pizza, dude.
Look,
That looks like.
frozen pizza
Shut
you
up.
buy at the
Shut
fucking
up.
store.
Yeah, it looks
Shut up.
awful.
Shut up.
It's terrible.
Detroit pizza is pretty fucking good. Detroit pizza, and there's
bad, yeah.
there's a time and place for Chicago deep style pizza too.
I've had.
Like, I'm
I
not
had
a big
the original
fan of it.
Uno's in Chicago.
Yeah,
This is Greek style pizza from.
this
that
is
was better.
fucking pizza.
That looks better, but it looks like it looks like normal pizza.
That's just like
It's just
that's
it's
just like
a thicker
Pizza
crust
Hut.
and
It looks
more
like
ingredients.
Luke. I was just gonna say it looks like pizza.
No,
Hut. I
it's
was just
way
gonna say
better.
it.
It's Pizza Hut.
I understand what it looks like, but it's way better and it is different.
I
It's
believe
not
you,
that different,
but it does look like
but it
Pizza
is
Hut.
different.
Well, thanks for listening to our pizza corner.
we went extra long to talk about pizza. No, Detroit style pizza is one of my favorites.
The whole chat's like, fucking kill me.
I don't eat pizza, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really eat it
Well-
anymore either because I'm a healthy boy, but I do miss eating pizza.
I just
There you
don't
go.
like
I'm,
che-
I'm
I don't
down
like
10
cheese,
pounds,
so-
baby.
Yeah,
Down 10 pounds.
10
Well, I
pounds
get-
from obesity, you still fat.
Hell no, bro. Hell no. I ain't fat.
I had Detroit
Feeling
pizza in
good?
Detroit and shat painfully.
Yeah, it's very oily. I can
Did you
see
get
that.
shot painfully? Is that what you meant to
Yeah, I
say?
get shot in chat painfully.
Yeah, I stayed in Detroit twice for General Motors school, and yeah, the first time was pretty rough. The second time wasn't as bad, but yeah, the first time was pretty rough.
All right, boys, let's do
Yeah.
plugs and
Yep.
Yeah.
Me on MySpace.
Luke, find me at Biting the Bullet podcast and go check out Biting the Bullet memes on Instagram. You can find Typo at The Real Typo on Twitter.
bam. Follow me on Twitter at Adam Nutter. Go do it. And like and subscribe to this fucking podcast on YouTube, please.
Please.
And Rumble too. Please go to Rumble too, but also mainly YouTube. Go to YouTube, hit like and subscribe, and leave comments. We love you. all the
There
time.
was somebody in the Rumble chat, so we appreciate you over there, and more people. If you go over there, then we'll put more focus over there. But yeah, in Liberty and Health, for me, I got my buddy Mike Jackman coming on. We're going to talk about JFK and some old school horror movies. I'm really looking forward to that.
Cool.
And yesterday
Hell
I had
yeah.
on Tommy Salmons and Typo, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, where we just kind of talked about like dude stuff, blue collar work, for my 400th episode of my show. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's about it for me. Oh yeah, and if you're in the Butler, Pennsylvania area, please feel free to come see me and in a Common Crown and our buddies in Skell this Friday night at the 11th Frame up in Butler.
Nice. Sam?
Follow me on MySpace.
Okay. All right, Kyle. Play us out.